The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to a Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much. Enjoying the warm weather in Florida just like you, except on the other coast.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Do you listen on the internet right now?
Yes.
Cool, man. Cool.
No, I enjoy that. That's in your Tiger TV and everything. I've been watching you for years, and you've really taken this whole programming to a level that's just phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day out there, safe day. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Don't overdo. Always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and you go against yourself, and it will take longer to accomplish your goal. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 37, NASDAQ up 3, S&P's flat. Actually, the cash is flat. The future is down $1.75. Gold contract, all-time highs, up $43.30, trading at $1,895 an ounce. Silver up $1.35 at $43.70. Platinum up $33, trading at $1,908 an ounce. Copper down 4 pennies at $3.94 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.86 at $84.12. Bonds down 9 ticks at $139.30. Dollar index up 11 ticks at 74.22. The euro is off 3 ticks at 143, and the yen is up 26, trading out at 76.81. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You get the cash S&P right here at 1123.82. Basically can't get out of its way. Got up to 1145 today. Couldn't handle that. Now, what do you have? Well, your first low out here from the 8th, folks, was 1119. We get the spike low in at 1101. It closes out the day at 1172. Big move, right? 70 bucks or 700 S&P, 700 Dow points. You come right back the next day down to the 1120. The next day you go back topside at the 1186. Now, last week we come down, we tested the lows on volume. Today, what do we do again? Well, baby, you're doing it again. And intraday we did it 3 times, testing the lows on volume. This is what you have. You're into the lows now at 1.1 billion shares versus 2.4 billion on the NYSE. So it still does not have enough juice to bust those lows out. That's on the S&P. So we go over to the Dow Industrials, same setup in the Dow. Dow is up 37 points, really flat market. The lows in the Dow out there, the 10,604. The lows from the 6th was 10,809. We got to 820 today. And the lows of last Friday was 10,801. The composite, we go to the composite. We take a look at the composite. NASDAQ composite, what we've done there. Today, we got down and closed out at basically almost the lows at 23.45. That was up $3. We got to a low of 23.27. The actual low of of the 9th was 23.31. We had closed that out at 24.82. The prior low was at 23.57, and the low on Friday was that 23.41. So you're 4 points above that. What we did in the NASDAQ is this. We've done 2 billion shares versus 4 billion. So with all that, you're going into the lows once again, and you are doing it with lighter volume. Now, let's go to the SPY, because this is some big news out here, folks, that is going to get really interesting to see just how these markets are going to be able to perform at these lows. If we look at the SPY, this is what you have with the SPY. The SPY today got to a high of 115.23. Couldn't handle it. Pushes into the lows. We push into the lows with 267 million. That 267, folks, was going against 424, was going against 700. Now let's go to the Qs. We take a look at the Qs. What are the Qs done? What the Qs have done is this. The Qs have come against the lows with 3 million shares versus Friday of 96 versus the low out there of 193. Okay, so you can see technically what we're doing. We came down hard. It's pushing into the lows. It's tested it 3 separate times. Intraday, it's tested it twice. Now, check this out, folks. Because what you had here, which is, if you're in front of a machine, what you had is at Goldman Sachs, what ended up happening, and this is, what's amazing about this, first off. There's always leaks out there. And bottom line is that this leak came flat out. Now picture with how it's supposed to work. And I'm not defending I'm certainly not going to defend Goldman Sachs here, but the reality is inside the marketplace is that the last thing that's supposed to happen is that the government's supposed to come out with leaks intraday. That's when you have a material fact and you release it, the bottom line, it's illegal. Okay? Well, anyway, intraday here, this is what you had happen. Reuters came out at 3:45 Eastern Time and said that Lloyd Blankfeld had hired a defense attorney. Well, bottom line, you don't hire a defense attorney, folks, unless you are going to have some trouble. What ended up happening? Goldman Sachs goes south from 111 down to 106.51. Now, if you've been following the deal on Goldman Sachs, what had come out in April was that the Senate Subcommittee on Finance, bottom line, inside their report came out and said that they felt that the top executives at Goldman Sachs absolutely had their language, I believe, was misled Congress. Well, the bottom line, folks, is that you don't want to mislead Congress. When I read that, it's like, okay, you're going to go after Goldman. They've been untouchable. Bottom line, it looks to me that that's exactly what you're going to have. Now, with all that said and done, so now let's put both of those together. What is going to be really wild here is this, is that we're coming into the lows. We are doing it with lighter volume, and you still should bounce out of here. The reason I'm setting this whole thing up like this is that you can see intuitively, as soon as you hear that news, that would be saying to me that you get an implosion in the marketplace. Because the fact that two different things are going to happen before tomorrow morning. What you're going to have here, if in fact, bottom line is, if in fact that is true, they are going to have to come up with an announcement because that is the material fact. That is no two ways about that. If that Reuters deal is true, they're going to have to come out with it. If it isn't true, they're going to have to come out and say, no, he didn't hire it. So that is going to affect the marketplace, and it's going to affect it very quickly. Now, my take would still be that you're going to bounce out of here, which I know is deviant. There's no doubt about it, because this should blow apart the marketplace, That's a beautiful thing. Let's go over and have some Chianti in Italy. Let's go to Kurt in Italy. Hey, Kurt, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. So you listen in Italy, huh?
Yeah.
What part of Italy are you in?
Northern Italy and Vicenza.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Well, listen, I appreciate all you Tigers and Tigresses being out there. In fact, I was on Google Analytics over the weekend, and, it's pretty amazing what you can see, folks. And, we have folks in just about every single country in the world. And, in some of the countries, there's only one or two, but I really appreciate you guys being out there and you ladies being out there.
Well, I'm actually headed back stateside before long. I've been over here for 2 years.
Yeah,
stationed over here.
Have you enjoyed yourself?
I have. It's been nice.
Yeah, I love Italy. Italy's an incredible place, man, no doubt. I could pack it in. I could pack it in down the Amalfi Coast, sit in those little villages. Angie and I would go out sailing, come back in, do some fishing. Oh, baby, watch out.
Oh, yeah, I know.
What are we going to look at?
Tom, I'd like to take a look at AINV.
Okay, let's take a look. It's Apollo Investments. It's a closed-end, non-diversified management investment company. Okay, so the company invests primarily in middle market companies in the form of mezzanine in senior secured loans. The low is 732, the high is 1249. So I believe he may be going after the dividend here, which is 13.8.
Yep, that's the reason I'm looking at it.
Okay, so let's take a look here. You get an equity that goes from $12 to $8. Let's put this on a weekly basis and see what we have. I let this test the lows again, man. See, the lows that are out there of that 732 want to get tested. And if we bring this back, yeah, they want to get tested.
All the way back to the 5.5 range.
This can definitely go, yeah, that's what he's looking at. It can go back to, this is pretty intense, actually. This can go back to $3.68, man. Where I'm going, I think you already saw that, Kirk. As where I'm going, that's the highs of March of 09. You know,
right.
You've already got back to the August 09 levels, and that came in there pretty good, actually. The August 09 levels came in there pretty good. It was 15 million shares. No, he didn't, and he went in with 28 million. That says you're going to be right back down there, man.
Okay.
So don't go after that dividend, man. What you have happening here, that dividend is basically, you know, I suspect, probably in trouble right now.
Yeah.
Cooking, brother.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Let's take a look at some of the Dow stocks out here today. You had Boeing up 84. Caterpillar was down 8. You had Coca-Cola up 17. Oxy was up 45. We go to Microsoft. That was down 7. Walmart was up 11. We go take a look at let's go to the gold market. Gold out here today, this is where we went, folks. Gold right now is trading at 1,897.10, 10 cents. It hit 1,980. And, of course, you know, gold hasn't taken a breather since 1608. I can make the case that it hasn't really taken a breather since 1481, which was July 1st. Now, the disconnect inside this goes like this. If we go over and we take a look at the dollar index, the bottom line is that the dollar is at the same place that it was in May, and, of course, gold was 17% lighter at that particular point. What you will have is that one of them is going to come back into sync, folks, okay? So this is where the bulls and bears are going to basically fight it out. But, you know, the dollar has not, you know, gotten to lower lows. You're at 74.21. That is the price point when it was at May 5th. And you go back to the gold market, of course, and we take a look at gold. And when we're dealing with May there, you're dealing with 1577. You know, is it parabolic? I say yes, it is. Does it mean that it won't crack another $100 in a heartbeat? No, that can happen when you get a parabolic move. But what you absolutely have is you have a 30% move and all of 7 weeks, and it really doesn't have the juice behind it. So we'll see where it shakes out. That's telling me, though, there's trouble in paradise coming at us. You stay right there, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. We're coming right back, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be into markets and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Direction